You got your notes?
Got my notes.
I got my notes. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah?
It's amazing. A week or 2 weeks feels like you and I haven't been on air for like ever.
I know.
It's because we've been doing it so much.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, good to see you. We're still kind of regrouping behind the scenes. We miss Tech Tuesdays. He misses Tech Tuesdays. It's so fun for us to share that information and our passion and our knowledge for Corvette. And I think once we get back into some format, at least if we do 2 a month, like every other week or something like that, we're still servicing the community, which was always the goal of this channel. So that is coming. Just up front, let you know, at the end of today's video, we're going to talk about Z06 and allocations and cycle 2 and what that means. But Chuck and I want to reflect on some of the top videos that you guys have been watching on this channel this year alone. And I just want to say thank you and happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for all of your work. I mean, you stop what you're doing and you're busy, I'm busy, but we're really committed to content, and there's more to this than just making videos. You know, for me, selling the car, sharing experiences, sharing information, sharing my mistakes and learning from that. You know, just the realism.
Sure.
From you servicing and more people coming in and coming from afar. It just impresses me at how far people come to have you work on their car.
I appreciate each and every one of you.
That's a hell of a compliment.
It is.
It really is. So real quick, we were just talking off air. We were talking about my video on Sunday, and I didn't realize that you're a little hot under the collar over that. I actually got a phone call from a dealer that was one of the dealers that we talked about that has one of the 120 stock Z06 orders, and apparently somebody found out who he was, and they were on the sold order list and said, how dare you order stock orders ahead of our sold orders that are waiting? And the dealer called and kind of, you know, I don't know if I have enough bleeps to edit that one. And I just told him to shut up and not to call me again. I don't really care what you think. So,
well, yeah, I mean, I don't understand it either. It's one of the, the most highly anticipated car. I'm sure every dealership has a list of people wanting them. Why are we ordering them stock?
Well, and the frustration comes from, and everybody knows this, you can relate to this, is the over promotion and the under deliver.
Yeah.
And we all have fatigue from what our environment has become over the last 3 years. It's just frustrating. So it's like, yes, it's a great car. We want the car. No, you can't get it. And even when you can't get it, oh no, you can't get this, you can't get that. The frustration continues to mount. We share in that with you guys.
Absolutely.
We're doing all we can to find that positive and move forward. And that's what I said at the end of today's video. We do have some information on cycle 2, which wasn't supposed to happen until sometime in January. But when I was looking at that list of dealers, what really blew my mind is, I've been with Chevy 27 years. Over half of those people, I don't even know who they were.
Right.
And they got Z06s in the first allocation. And it's not like we were at the end of the 23 ordering cycle transitioning into 2024.
Right.
This is the first freaking cycle, man. And that's why it blew my mind. And we said, you know what? I'll throw that out there. And I know some dealers got upset, and I don't care. We want to take care of our customers, at the same time give you useful information, sometimes concerning, sometimes interesting and educational. So put it all together, we got a YouTube channel. And I've been a Corvette guy, promoting this car before the internet, during the internet, and long before I had a Corvette. Segue into, well, you're upset. Go right ahead.
Well, there was a comment that said that you didn't have any content before you got your CA, and people were tired of hearing all the complaining and the negativity. And if I had my own C8 and started my own vlog site, yours would die.
Okay, well, I say bring it on.
Yeah, that ain't never gonna happen, just so everybody knows.
I'm not afraid of competition. Please, bring it on.
Yeah, no. I'm good.
He was really upset. He goes, I'm really mad about this.
I was.
Let it go. We've done so much, and it's really not so much the information. I'm really proud to share my experiences right now. Just buckle down and get a cup of coffee. This is going to be a long conversation because we love talking with you guys, and we haven't had an opportunity to do this. But sharing information, my experiences, is such an honor, and I want people to understand the passion that I really have for this car, that it's not just a sales job for me.
No.
And we're all learning together on that, I think, for the most part. And for the people that don't get it, see it, beat it. I I could care less, man. We've got a great core, even though the subscriber numbers, what I always used to lay my hat on, really mean nothing. It's the interaction, it's the likes that you guys give, and it's the comments.
Yes.
You're starting to get like my buddy Pete in Michigan. Chuck
Reading
goes,
the comments?
Yeah, he goes, I read all the comments. I'm like, okay.
I do.
That could be bad, could be bad, could be good. But thank you for that interaction, and thank you for the opportunity. So let's get off all that stuff. Yeah, past weekend's video caused a lot of hubbub, but you guys needed to know that's what's going on. And there's just a handful of orders out there. I mean, literally just a handful of orders. And the good news for Stingray, things are moving at a very good pace. Nobody reported this because I was told not to say anything. I didn't even tell my buddy at Corvette Blogger, but last Saturday, Bowling Green Assembly worked 2 full shifts on a Saturday. That's good news. Again, finding that positive moving forward. This car, this Stingray, is really a great value. And
absolutely.
You don't even know this yet. You knew that I was ordering another car.
Right.
And then you had said, hey, you really didn't have to tell anybody that, and this and that. And I said, well, here, I'm not getting any special deal. I'm just like a customer. My deal was presented. It was accepted. I'm trading my car. We're going to talk more about that. We're going to have a contest coming up. But what I did decide at the last hour last night is I flipped it to a museum delivery. So I'm going to do a museum delivery on my second car. I really had intentions of this first car. If financially I could, I was going to keep the damn thing forever.
Sure.
But you just can't. You have to be realistic. And this next car is going to be my car for a long time. For a number of reasons.
Some people need to understand you're not just flipping cars to get a newer one.
No.
This one does not do what you want to do.
No.
So therefore, you can either tear this car totally up.
Yeah, we talked about that too.
Yeah, and do what GM absolutely recommends you don't do, or you can keep it a nice car and move it on to the next person and get something that will work for what you're wanting to do.
Well, you said a couple of weeks ago when we were talking to the shop, and you said, Rick, you've exceeded the limits of this car. He goes, if you're going to do tracking, he goes, when you were changing the brake pads out and got screwed up with the caliper and all that crap, he said, Rick, you really need to do something. And I kept going back and forth. Do I want to go to Z51? I want to do this. And then all of a sudden, because I'm around these cars all day long, it really screws my head up. Seeing all these combos, it's like, oh my gosh. And for years, I've been wanting to do that. And finally, as the kids are getting older, some of the kids are out, but I just decided that it was time for me. And it's been so different having that angle now on the channel. The past year and a half, I've shared content that I never I couldn't have the conversations because I didn't have the car, I didn't have the experience. So this car has really been a tool for me, but it's been more enjoyment than I ever thought. Because when I sat down at that bench, we're going back to that same park, we're going to talk about the new spec, but I really methodically thought about this spec and how I intended to drive the car and own the car. Tracking was not in the game anywhere.
Sure.
And that's real. If you're going to track at any point, Z51 has to be on your checklist for your C8 Corvette. If not, this car handles fantastic. But I did,
sure.
I improved myself. I'm driving beyond the limit. So anyways, yes, museum delivery is going to be kind of a second event for me. It's going to be something very special. I'm a lifetime member of the museum. And it'll be neat to have some of you there if you can. Once we know when that's going to get built and all that kind of stuff, I'll let you know. So we'll make it a fun little deal. And wait till you see the spec. Well, the spec, for the most part, Z51. But some of the couple of things I didn't choose last time, I chose. But wait till you see the color combo. Some of you are going to go, wow, that makes perfect sense. So stay tuned for that. I'm always good at throwing the hook out there.
The other part about it is, for the Corvette people that's been in Corvette forever, like you have for 26 years, 27?
I'm starting 27 years now.
27 years. This is your second Corvette ever.
Right.
You didn't have a C5 that you traded in for a C6, that you traded in for a C7. This is only the second Corvette you've ever owned in your life.
Yeah, I actually had one on order, and I told the story a long time ago for those who didn't hear it. But the acknowledgement of those special years they get to me because of the passion I have for Corvette. So
sure.
My first one I was ordering was a 50th anniversary. And then, of course, I'm working all the time. Wife's coming back. Yeah, I'm pregnant with twins. So I mean, life gets in the way, and I could understand my customers over my tenure why they had to wait so long.
Sure.
Things are evolving, things are different. We've got new customers. This is a new level of car, and it is bringing in customers that never ever considered Corvette before. But now that we're on the 70th anniversary, and when the 23s came out, I told you guys that, it's like, oh, it's got 70 in the back of the window and this and that. It's just, that kind of pulled at my heartstrings. So now that I'm getting a 70th anniversary acknowledgement on my car, that's super. I can't even express how super cool that is for me, and I'm proud to have the opportunity to share it. And it's only because of you guys that support the channel, that do business with me, that I'm able to do this. So thank you for that. There's a big misconception. Oh, you're making all this money on YouTube. Do you see commercials in the middle of these videos?
Right.
I mean, dude, I just try and keep it as real as I possibly can. This is going a little longer than I wanted to, but again, it's a conversation that I love having with our audience, and I love talking with you. So,
well, I know when you first got this car was your baby.
It was,
you
man.
was never going to get rid of it.
No.
Ipto facto, Traco came along, and now it don't work. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can thank Spring Mountain for that. After my 5th freaking time there, I'm like, oh, I can do this cone stuff. It's like, no, I want to go on the track. And it's like, oh, this is kind of fun. Woo! Butt puckered. Almost went off the track. Oh, crap. It's like, yeah,
exactly.
So there, I haven't even shared the track experience yet from my last pit race session. I haven't even shared really my session at Spring Mountain with Ryan and I a year ago, August. So while we're not filming a whole lot of new stuff, I think I'm going to keep the consistency and the continuity on the channel. You're going to see some of those uploads, some of those customer deliveries that I love so much. Hearing these people's passion for this car and hearing their stories, you're not seeing anywhere else on YouTube. So I'm so proud that we are the ones that are bringing that aspect and that perspective of Corvette to you. That story that really needs to be told, so then people have a greater appreciation for this car. So with that, Chuck and I just kind of wanted to review, because it's almost the end of the year and that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
The top, what I got? Oh, it says top 20 videos, and I only got 19 here. Sorry.
Yeah, I can see that. It's been that kind of year.
Late at night, man. I was multitasking. I was pulling out of the office last night at the end of the November cycle. There's 15 minutes to go. It's late. The store's closed. I look down, a guy texts me, hey, sorry to bother you, man, but if you're still in the office, I really want to make one more change to my car. And I'm like, oh. I called him up and said, are you serious, man? Really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I've been watching your videos and your stuff on social. He goes, I really like that adrenaline red dipped interior. I'm like, dude, hang on. Let me turn around. Let me open up the store. Let me go in the office. Let me log in. We got 15 minutes. He goes, you know what, it must be meant to be, that I got a hold of you and I got the order changed, and I just really wanted him not to be bummed when he got his car. So I'm real happy we got that changed, and my heart goes pitter-patter over that adrenaline red dipped interior. Boy, we're going to have some great conversation in a contest. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel, hit the bell notification, because we do have content coming for you guys. So top videos so far this year, don't start at the top, knucklehead, start at the bottom. Oh. It's a countdown. You don't start at number 1. Nobody cares after number 1. Dumbass. Start at the bottom.
Number, we'll just call it 19 and 20, seeing how there's no 20.
There was a 20. I forgot to put it on here. I'm sorry.
Rick's track mistake. Yeah, trading his car. Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. Yeah,
when I came back, and it's weird that that's one of the top videos viewed so far on the channel. That's a recent video, but it shows you how in tune you guys are to the Tech Tuesday format.
Sure.
And again, share my experiences and my mistake. There's guys that go out on track. You and I have talked about this off air, how some of these guys are so cocky and so arrogant.
Oh, yeah.
And I learned from people that know what they're doing, and I want to do a better job for myself. And I'm not going out to be the best guy. I want to do well. I'm competitive, but I know that I don't have the talent to be at that level. But I want to get as close as I can.
But you're just competing with yourself in the track.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
That's what it's all about.
This point pass thing really freaked me out the first time. The second time, I'm like, get out of the way. It's like that quick I changed, okay? So the next one is, and this is also a recent video, was the C8 drag strip crash. We had that interview with Jared, and we did that. That's just a couple of weeks ago, too, at the end of October. Amazing. That's one of the top viewed videos this year so far on the channel. A lot of people learned from that experience. We talked about track insurance. More of that conversation is still to come on the channel.
Okay, then 17 of September, the huge market update, wrong about VIPs.
Yeah, I talked about everything going on there with the OnStar changes, just everything kind of keeps you up to date with production and ordering and allocations, which is literally an ever-changing market. Every single day. They'll say, oh, Z06, hey, we're not going to order until January. All of a sudden, oh, hey, by the way, we're going to start ordering in November. Oh, okay. Let's get back on your game. And then the VIP situation with Z06s, I'm going to pause here for a second and give you a deep dive into Z06 and get your calculator out and do some math on this one. So the VIP thing, we talked about it in that video that Chuck just mentioned, is Chevy's prerogative. It's their freaking company. It's their freaking product. If they want to extend an opportunity to somebody, they can do it. Who the hell are we to say anything? Who cares? So what? Why not? You know, this is how it is. Get over that. We're just upset again. The over promotion, the under deliver. So I've talked to a lot of guys the last couple of weeks. I don't know if I told you this or not, but you're like this. Very simple math here. When you start to use deductive reasoning, everything kind of falls into line and everything starts to make sense, whether it's what you want to hear or not. Yeah. So here you go. A couple guys who were, hey, I'm on a dealer's list for Z06 and I'm 2,200 something. One guy was 4,200 something, and another guy I talked to was just shy of 3,400 was his number with the dealer. And I said, look, I got to tell you something. He's frustrated. He goes, hey, I want to get on a list with you. I said, dude, forget it. And here's where you're at, and you need to know. Number one, we don't take money from our customers, and he's giving this dealer $7,000.
Okay.
33 something. I said, here's what you got to think about. Everything's moving slow, part supply, we're all tired of hearing it, but that's what it is. Things are getting better, but never to the degree that we need. I don't know that Z06 will ever be to the 25 to 30% production that they said that it would be, okay? I go, but if everything was flowing like it was, and your dealer got 300 Z06s, 300. Okay, there's only 2 dealers in the country that even have a shot at getting 300. And say you're with one of those dealers. Okay, great. Let's take that part and set it to the side. So they get 300 a year, which is exorbitant. You're 11 years away from a car. Do you think for a second they're going to make the C8 Z06 for 11 more years?
No.
There was a big pause, and he goes, I kind of regret calling you. And I said, but he goes, you're making too much damn sense. I said, dude, I'm sorry, but that you have to really evaluate where you're at and where you're going to be, and if you're going to be. It's simple math at that point, and that's the extreme. And I did the math on what those dealers get, and 300 would be about realistic if. But those ifs are not happening. So, yeah, man, no, I'm sorry, don't let me be the bearer of bad news, but you ain't getting a car.
No.
Not at 3,300, almost 3,400.
No.
I mean, gosh darn it. So, okay, we continue.
Yeah.
Just more recap for you.
You're up next.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Man, I talk too damn much, don't I? Which one did we do? Oh.
No, you're on 16.
Okay, so we did Corvette news. Again, you guys are so in tune and want to know what's going on with the marketplace, and that's what we like to do on the channel. That was the wheel issue when cars were going out of the plant and didn't have the right wheels, and some wheels were on constraint and production, and that's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, what's the next one there?
15, how to steal a Corvette. Back in January.
That was a lot of fun. 15th most viewed video this year on the channel, how to steal a Corvette. People were shocked that you could be in the car with it running, and we tested it right without the key fob. Got in the car, took off, turned the car off, restarted the damn thing, and took off again. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. So you know where your key fob is. The next one, again, you guys want to know, goes back to, we had a Tech Tuesday format and talked about my ceramic coating on this particular car here that one of you, hopefully watching, will be lucky enough to own and cherish. Please do. I don't want anybody getting in the car and screwing it up, because it's still my baby.
Next was Michael's awesome specs back in January.
Yeah, he's bought 2 cars from us. Again, another opportunity that was presented. Dealer used discretion, said, yes, we'll do another C8 for you. We're taking in your trade. And he has, to this day, it's got to be one of the top 3 best looking Corvettes for C8 that I've seen. Just beautiful wheels, ground effects.
Florida?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mike, he goes, man, that's a pretty car.
Yeah.
If Z06 ever gets up off its ass, we'll get that in on trade too, so that's coming. Number 12 was a repeat. So I really screwed this last time.
Maybe that was number 20.
Yeah, no, I messed that up. Okay, we'll keep moving. You go ahead with number 11. I'm sorry. We're still having a great conversation regardless.
Sure. Late August, finding your 70th anniversary number.
Oh, yeah. 70th anniversary has been really limited. Moving a little bit better right now, but again, so slow. Some people frustrated and ended up choosing other cars instead of the White Pearl or the Carbon Flash. Just a beautiful combination. One of the 5 combos that I did consider for my recent spec that we'll have a contest on. And then we showed you, because the number's not here, it's up in the VIN, how you could determine what numbered 70th anniversary you have. Z06 is the same way, but they've got a different sequence. They don't run concurrent with the whole model year. So it's a Z06. They have their own number 1. Stingray has their own number 1, and so forth. And you guys found that very, very interesting. Number 11 or 12 or whatever the heck it was.
That was number 11.
Okay, thanks.
You're number 10.
Oh, I'm number 10. I apologize. This was, again, what you showed. Was great for the car shows and guys with hardtop convertibles for C8. See a lot of C8 Focus on the channel right now. And not to ignore C5, 6, and 7.
Nope.
But this car, there's people that have been waiting a year and a half, 2 years getting in a car. So there's a lot of new discovery, rediscovery of this car, and people wanted to know, just putting up the tonneau cover, show off that engine was a good way to do that. Putting your hardtop convertible in service mode was number 10 last year, or this year rather, on the channel.
Sure. Number 9 was in July. Every 2023 Z06 made so far, with no customer cars.
Yeah, I went through the CTF cars that were made so far, detailed option, saw everything, and that's again that anticipation and that frustrating waiting for this car. Oh yeah, and here's number 8. Oh, is that me or you? Oh,
you're red. Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the red. He's in the black. I'm sorry. I'm not following my own format. Number 8. Number 8 is when. And thank goodness I had a camera back there with you, and he was doing a clear engine cover and had concerns about the heat. And that video, our phones blew up, the suppliers' phones blew up, and it's been rectified. Great guys making this product, representing the product. So thank you guys for doing right by the customer. We really do appreciate that.
Yep. Number 7 was the April Fool's joke of the Z06 3-tier qualifying to purchase. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, gotcha! And then what really stunk about that is because I gave a lot of thought to that. I got to thank Chris for the idea. I was in a real crummy mood that day, and he pushed me into it. And so we started talking. All of a sudden, here I go. I started writing, got the ideas. And that tier 3-tier thing was very plausible from Chevrolet.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when Z06 came out, people said, oh my God, Rick's April Fool's joke came true. This sucks. That was number 7 this year so far. Back in May, we shared with you the bash highlights. There were Z06s on ground. A lot of people that were interested in that. That was a great video and fun for me to see all of you guys all across the country. I love going to these events. I really do.
Sure. Number 5 was in August. The Corvettes at Carlisle highlights.
Yeah, you guys were
good.
So good to me. I was so upset that you weren't with me at that. One way or another, we're going to get Chuck at an event this year, I promise, and we'll let you know. That'll be a lot of fun. But that's the number 5 video on our channel this year so far, and that was just in August, and people love to connect with Corvette people, and that video is all about Corvette people, so I think that's why that was so well viewed and received from our audience. I appreciate that. Number 4 in July, when I damaged my car, again in a Tech Tuesday format, talking about what we did at the beginning of today's video, learning from my mistakes. I think it did something wrong. I didn't double check my launch control, and then broke my axle.
Sure.
And Chucky got it fixed, and we're good to go. So not a problem. But again, we shared all of that with you guys on the channel. Some people were shocked that I was talking about that. It's like, no, these are real experiences, good or bad. I want people to know that. You actually went out and got on it. And I was... For weeks, I'm driving, and Ryan's like, had you hit the accelerator hard, Dad, yet? And I was, no, not really. I'm just kind of taking it easy. Would you do launch control yet? No, I'm good. He goes, what's the matter? You afraid? I go, yeah. He goes, dude, just drive the car. So probably
after I put the axle in it, I drove it like I stole it.
Yeah, I know you did. So probably the best advice I got from Ryan, just drive the damn car. You drive, so we're good. I was just a little freaked out because this is my baby.
Yeah, sure.
That's right. What else we got?
Number 3 was the differences between the 1LT, the 2LT, and the 3LT.
And here's what's shocking at that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That video's from January of 2019, 3 years old, almost 4 years old, and it's the 3rd most viewed video this year on the channel. And this is a good feedback for me and good education as far as what you guys want to see. We're in the process of filming that for the C8. That was the C7. So people want to know what's in these packages.
Absolutely.
And I'd love
There's
presenting
a lot.
Oh, there's a lot. This is the best content we've ever had in the car now.
Yeah.
Best value, everything. So that video for the C8 is coming very, very soon. I hope by the end of the year for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Number 2 was back in January talking about the allocation confusion. People were taking words out of context in a memo from Chevrolet alluding that, oh, with Z06 is just going to be so plentiful. And it was way wrong. And I just, again, dialed it back in, pulled back the reins, and gave you guys the right perspective, because I read stuff from Chevy several times before we talk about it, because they're so methodical on the words they choose. And sometimes you're like, what do you mean here? There's a hidden meaning here, you know, it's an Easter egg in this message. What is that? You know, so I'm trying to figure it out. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so now you can go back to the top.
Yeah, and the number 1 was in July, the true confirmed 2023 Z06 pricing.
Yep. There were so many guys throughout the past year and a half with their weak lack of credibility confirmed videos, and that's why I said true confirmed when we got the pricing.
Sure.
And we were all wrong on what the pricing was. So that's an adjustment of these ever-changing times, and that is the number 1 viewed video so far on this channel. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. You guys do invest a lot of time listening to our conversations. Some of you listen just a little too closely to every single word I say. Okay, I'll be more careful. It's been a fun year so far. It's been a challenging year, concerning year in some regards. You put that all together again. What I said at the beginning of today's video is find that positive and move forward. I forgot to give you this too. I'm going to give Chuck a ticket to my police video. I didn't expect that to be in the top 20.
Yeah.
That video, in my opinion, kind of bombed. And it's just like, I was disappointed. It's like, man, it's just like, does everybody just want to talk about selling cars and cars? And it's like, gosh, dang it. I mean, can we just not be all about business? Can we have a little bit of fun? We try to do that, to be real, to be a little animated. There was a lot of, the video didn't go the way I wanted it to, but what we did present I thought was fun and creative. To take a police uniform, perfect timing at Halloween, and tie it into Corvette, and it didn't get arrested, almost did. If that cop didn't recognize me, I probably would have been in big trouble.
Probably.
You remember, he said, we have 2 things to address with you. And because I kept talking so fast, I talked right past him. I never got the second one, which was me in that stupid ass outfit.
Right.
You know, I said, I got to get to that guy down there. It's like, I'm thinking content. It's like, yeah, okay, you done with me? It's like, I gotta go. It's like, that was going to be my only shot.
Take him down, tase him.
Yeah. Don't tase me, bro. Don't tase me. Hey, I got a lot of cops that are friends and customers, and I have a lot of respect for all of our first responders, no joke.
Absolutely.
You guys know that, man. They're so freaking cool. That's made it really fun and really proud for me too, because I was wearing their uniform, like, wow, just that kind of, my ego felt elevated. I was like, yeah, I'm in a police uniform, and my son looked over at me and he's like, okay, you look like an idiot.
Yeah, right.
We touched on a lot today. Yeah. And we just wanted to reflect on that as we get toward the end of the year. I'm working on a couple of things, as we just talked about, some fun things, some intros and transitions, and another project I really desperately want to get off the ground with a young lady in South Carolina. So working on some stuff there. Hope to bring that to you guys and still sell some cars, because like I said in the last couple of videos, you guys know the market's changing, and the conversations we're having with people right now are so different than what they were 6 months to 12 months ago. So let's embrace it. Find that positive, move forward, let's rock and roll. Let's get you guys to experience the stuff that we're sharing and we're talking about. And for the guy that wants to start his YouTube channel, go right ahead, baby boy. I'm waiting. Let me see you stay up all night long, baby. It's another freaking full-time job, though, but I enjoy it so much.
Sure.
And I'm committed to do it for the audience, and I'm trying to get better at it, learning stuff in that regard. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been educational for me. It's been an honor to share these customers, as I said before, in their stories, and I can talk about that all day long, because it is just so touching, and just realize how important this car purchase is to us. And I did, by the way, real quick, I did find a psychologist. Thank you, Ryan, for reaching out, and going to ask her a question that will be directly relative to the video when I reveal the spec and the color of my new car for 2023.
Oh, and I was going to say, didn't know it was about the color of your car.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit of everything.
Well, if it's the fact that you're crazy, I'm not, certified, but I could answer that one. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. Okay. Well, maybe I'll include you in that conversation. Nobody cares what you think.
All right.
All right. Any plans for Thanksgiving for you or no?
No, just kind of hanging out with the family and chilling.
Okay. You got a new dog? Talk about the new dog you got.
Yeah, I got a new dog. His name's Shy, purebred beagle. He's a handful, 7 years old. We'll see how that goes.
First day they get up, he tears down all the curtains in the living room. He's eating all the food in the kitchen. It's like having a new kid. It's like, hey, dummy, you've had a dog before, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, figure 7 years old, he might be a little laid back.
Oh, no.
No, he is when we're home. It's when we're not home. He's a wild child.
Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Z06 ordering news for Cycle 2 for 2023 Corvette. That's pretty cool.
Okay, I got to go. They just pulled my waiter oil change in.
Are you giving me attitude? We're still rolling, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we got to go. I got an oil change.
I got work.
Okay. I got news for you. Your oil change can wait. We're filming here. Yeah, we're filming here. Quiet, please.
Quiet on the set.
It's like golfing. Quiet, please.
Yeah.
Quiet, please. Thanks for doing that, dude. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean,
good conversation.
Yeah. We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for the audience. And
yeah. Oh, yeah, there's your oil change.
Yep.
Right, give me my microphone.
Take your microphone.
All right, beat it.
Peace out.
Peace out. See you. Thanks, dude. Yep. Okay, guys, thanks for still watching, and we do have a very short conversation, but some good news in regards to Z06 ordering for the 2023 Z06. Again, as Chuck and I were just talking about, we didn't anticipate any ordering until after the new year. So having an order cycle now in November is good news. I got just a couple cars. Some dealers won't get any, some will get more, as we've been talking about. What we don't have, as I look at this very brief report on ordering, what we don't have are the constraints. Because in that first order cycle, people said, oh, you can't get Z07, that's on constraint. It wasn't Z07 on constraint, it was the high wing package that you need in order to get Z07. So yeah, indirectly, Z07 was on constraint. So we don't have that listing until the actual order cycle opens for this car. They're just letting us know right now, you have X number of cars coming for the next order cycle, which we think will probably span over a couple of weeks because of the holiday. That's usually how it goes. They'll say, okay, here's the opening tab for ordering, tag your orders, but you're going to have extended time to change those orders and select which ones you want to be released because of the holiday. But that's what happened well, not last month, but the very first order cycle. We got these constraints and we're going all over the place. I mean, it was an absolute nightmare. It was a mess trying to find configurations to approve. And we talked about that a long time ago when I did the little scribble thing on the board behind me. And it was tough for customers too, because they were so excited. It's like, well, maybe I'll forego this just so I can get, you give that customer that first opportunity. Okay, here, you're up to order the car. Sorry, you can't get this. Do you want to change the order or do you want to wait? So those are the same conversations that we'll have when we get to that point, possibly next week. Because not having those constraints right now, I can't line up anyone to get a car because I don't know if the order that they have selected is buildable. So this is going to be a game time decision. You got to think too, when we get into December for Stingray and possibly another Z06 cycle, that this will be, what, 2, 3, you'll have 5 more anticipated order cycles left for 2023 Stingray. That's crazy to think that. But already, people are like, oh, I don't want to order a car in the wintertime. No. You order a car now, you get a car released right now. You're basically ahead of the marketplace. You're ahead of the springtime driving season that is literally just around the corner. So then, like we did math today for that unfortunate guy that's 33 something on the Z06 list, I'm doing math internally, looking at my lists that have been purged, and we're reorganizing that and trying to place things a little bit faster than we have in the past. But then I'm just doing some quick calculations, trying to say, okay, yeah, you really have a shot at getting a 23 based on historicals, or you don't. We're going to move you into an early 24 and sometime in April or May order for a June, July, August type delivery. So those are conversations we're having now in November. So the last order cycle for releasing orders for Stingray for this year will be December 15th and 16th, and we'll get one more look at those orders on December 20th, and then we won't be releasing and tagging orders again until January 19th. The Z06s that we will get, that we will release in this next order cycle, will be built in late January, so you won't see those cars until February. And yep, that's pretty much all we have. I tried to make it a conversation for you guys. And there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this car, just the great value story, the fun that I'm having, that our customers are having. We are going to have a Coffee with Conti show with you this Sunday. Just a really good person and sharing his delivery experience. I'm excited about that. And I'm sharing just my second 70th anniversary car that we delivered. That's coming up this Sunday on the channel. And coming... I'm so this is like, spill it. I can't spill it. I'm so thankful at the contacts and the relationships and the friendships that I have, knowing some of the cool stuff that's coming down the road for Corvettes. You just gotta buckle up and hang on, man. It's great right now, but there's some really, damn it. I can't, because I work for a dealership, I can't tell you any of this stuff. I appreciate so much the people that I talk to that share this information for me, and it gets me excited. Screws my head up just a little bit, but I just want you to know that despite what you may think, and despite what people want to dramatize, things are much better than you think in the world of Corvette, anyways. And they're gonna get even better. You guys are gonna be really surprised at some cool stuff coming. So thanks for joining us on the channel. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support and your your kindness towards me personally. I don't want to talk about all that. Just kind of wanted you to know when I'm kind of off my game why. But again, I don't want to get into that. I'm doing all I can to take better care of myself. Because I'm an idiot and I haven't been. I worry about doing this. It's all work. It's like, hey, slow down. I mean, but that's all I know. I mean, that's my era of growing up. That's all you knew is you worked and worked. Oh, you want something, you got to work. Oh, you want something more, you got to work more. That's all I know. So I don't know how to slow down. But I'm learning that I kind of need to just a little bit sometimes. So I appreciate your understanding in that regard and doing all I can to get back to all the messages and all the texts and all the emails. And they're fun conversations for you guys. And a lot of them are the same conversations, but they are still fun conversations for you guys. So it's been a long one today. This really probably should have been like almost like a podcast format. Really nothing to watch, more to sit back and listen. So if you're walking, jogging, driving, and you're listening, you're not missing anything on camera. Just listen to the conversation and participate by making a comment down below. Support the channel by subscribing. I do appreciate that. Make sure you thumbs up this video. I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday.